Are you a master or a slave? Or indeed a master or servant, to quote or misquote Depeche Mode. So, look, this is a topic that was kind of brought up yesterday. I was in a webinar with my good friend and associate John MLD, Modern Life Dating. I was on one of his webinars for his body language course, and we were talk about loads and loads of stuff, not just body language, everything, dating, game, sexual marketplace, all that stuff on the webinars. Anyway, and I think it was John himself actually who said, are you a master or a slave? And I thought I'd do a quick little video about it now because it's such an important topic. It's such an important thing to consider as a man and also as somebody who is navigating the dating marketplace as well as other marketplaces as well, you know, the business marketplace, the job marketplace, etc., etc. This really impinges on all aspects of your life, whether or not you are a master or a slave. And how does that break down? Well, look, it really depends on who is holding the whip in any given situation. No, I don't mean in a kinky way. I mean, like, in any given situation, somebody's got the whip hand, somebody's in control, and the other person is their slave doing their bidding. So which one are you? All right, so look, in, let's say, the dating marketplace, if you are the dude who is sitting around waiting to be chosen by his ideal woman, you know, his special snowflake, if you are sitting around on Tinder just waiting to be found, maybe sending out the odd message here or there, only to those very special snowflakey type girls, or if you're the sort of guy who just thinks, do you know what, I'll just go with the flow, I'll just go to a few parties, you know, I'll probably meet somebody, I'll meet somebody at work, whatever, you know, what's meant to be is what's meant to be, then what that means is that you are accepting your fate. You are a slave in the dating marketplace because you are not going out there and making things happen, which is what you actually should be doing. Okay? Dating is a marketplace like anything else, and in order to be successful, you need to have an entrepreneurial spirit. That is to say, you need to think, well, sod it, I'm not just going to sit around here and, you know, wait for coincidence, you know, on the off chance that some amazing girl is going to approach me and, you know, it's all going to be wonderful, because the reality of that happening is, you know, incredibly slim. I mean, that's just not how things go down. You know, the guys who are successful in this space are guys who take action, both in terms of their dating, but also in terms of the rest of their lives as well. Because look, I mean, you know, the better you look, the better you dress, the more stylish you are, the more interesting a life you've got, the more attractive you're going to be, right? So the dudes who go out there and take action, you know, and actually do something are the guys who are going to get the most success. So look, are you a master or a slave? Are you somebody who's out there driving your own life forward, driving your own interests forward, you know, improving things, improving yourself every single day, reaching out, creating new contacts with new girls every single day? Are you doing that, or are you just sitting around and kind of hoping that things are going to improve for you? The same thing is equally true in terms of business and work. If you're working for a big corporation, are you a master or a slave? Now, look, I don't want to you know, insult people who are doing corporate gigs. I did one myself for a very, very long time, and you know, I got some amazing experience. I got very well paid. It enabled me to purchase assets. You know, it was a good time in my life. So look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that, short term or even longer term if it suits you. But just consider for a moment who's holding the whip here. Is it you or is it them? You know, would they fire you within 4 minutes if it would save them a few bucks in terms of profit on their bottom line? Yeah, they probably would. Are you building somebody else's dream, or are you building your own? And if the answer is that you are helping to build somebody else's dream and they are screwing you on how much they pay you, because of course companies will always try to optimize, you know, their wage payments, they'll optimize their balance sheets, then in that situation you are the slave and they are the master. And this is why I always talk about autonomy, right? All of my stuff, really, at the end of the day, it comes down to autonomy, it comes down to personal freedom, because what you want to do, what you want to seek to do, is to free yourself from reliance on other people. You want to free yourself from being the slave and become the master in your own life. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to, you know, be some baller who's driving 6 Lambos and at the club every night and living some sort of Instagram life. It's not about that. You can do this on a very modest level, but nevertheless, you need to be in control of your own life. And of course, the big areas of that are things like your dating life. They're things like, how are you making your money? What's your source of income? Are you in control of that? And your personal freedom. Can you work anywhere you want in the world? Can you get up at any time you want to in the morning? Can you wake up in the morning and say, listen, actually, that project I was doing, I think it's boring. I'm actually going to work on something else instead. Can you, in a difficult market like we've got at the moment, say, well, actually, I don't think this project X that I've been working on is going to sell, so I'm going to shelve that for a moment and I'm going to work on something else? Or do you have to propose it to a board and wait for them to go through like 15 board meetings before it finally gets passed down that, yes, maybe that was a good idea? How much autonomy do you have in your own life? If you're in a relationship with somebody and it's not going well, they're giving you crap all the time, you've got no personal freedom, you feel that they're being maybe even abusive, you're right, it happens, or it's just not a good situation for you. Do you have the ability to say, listen, I'm going to walk away from this, I'm going to go on to something better? Or are you stuck there because of fear and because you are afraid that you're not going to be able to meet anybody else? You've got no leverage in the dating marketplace. If that's you, then you need to change things up and just think about every interaction that you go into, every agreement, every situation that you're in. Are you the master or the slave? And if you are the slave in that situation, then you need to really drill down. You need to think about it and think, okay, so how am I going to turn this situation around? How am I going to get out of this subservient position so that actually I'm in control here? And, all of the stuff I teach and the guys that I hang with teach, really, it comes down to that. It comes down to having personal autonomy and the ability to control your own destiny. Now, of course, it goes without saying, you can't control everything. There's a lot going on at the moment that, is out of our control. And yes, you have to accept that. There are certain things that may happen that will put a big spoke in the wheels and you couldn't have done anything. Well, that's life. Do you know what I mean? But in general, are you, to the best of your ability, in control of each of the different areas of your life? And if you are, I would say that's a better place to be than not. Yes, something could happen and destabilize the whole thing. Well, that's bad luck. But look, if you're somebody who's resourceful, you've got persistence and tenacity and grit. Grit is very, very important in any endeavor. If you've got those things, then you can pick yourself up from whatever downturn you face and move on and be successful again, maybe with a different endeavor, with a different relationship, whatever. You need to have that sort of that agility and that ability to bounce back. But that's all part of being a self-actualized guy, right? That's all part of having this like red pill knowledge and then being able to apply it across all areas of your life. You want to be as free as possible from corporations, from things that are holding you down, from ideologies, really from everything. You need to be nimble, you need to be able to move at any time, and as I say, this is geographically, this is in terms of relationships, this is in terms of business and money, every single aspect of your life. So, just think very carefully today. How much am I a master and how much am I a slave? And if you are too much into the latter camp, then do what you can to shift things up starting now. And if you want some assistance with that, my course, Personal Brand Mastery, is out at the moment. I've re-released it because of what's going on currently. It normally sells for £299. You can currently get it for just £99. The link is below. That course teaches you basically everything that I know, everything that I learned over the last 6 years or so about how to build an income from creating content like this, from having a personal brand, from being online. And and I can tell you, for me, it's such an awesome way to earn money because I love what I do. I love to put out content. I love to help people. I love to write. I love to, video is not always my strongest forte, but I'm getting to love video. I love putting ideas out there. That's what I live for, really. I would never want to retire from doing that. And so the ability to monetize that has been an amazingly freeing thing for me, and I now make a decent income. I can, I've got autonomy, I've got freedom and everything else. by doing that. So that course, Personal Brand Mastery, teaches you everything that I've learned. You can get it for just £97 at the moment. The link's below. Do subscribe to this channel for new videos. Really helps me to spread the word, get more people on board, and join my daily email list as well. So you get a free article from me every day down below. Also, I should mention Renegade Dating Blueprint, my collection of 11 books about dating, game, the dating marketplace. You can also get that $39 below. Have a great weekend, guys. I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.